The Cincinnati Bengals and the Carolina Panthers. The Bengals are 4.5-point favorites. Oof, that was a tough one for the Bengals. And who would have thought that after week 3 that this team might be done? And I'm not going to say that yet because this is, a very talented team, I still feel like, but you are what your record says you are, and this team is 0-3. How is that possible? Well, it happens when you have a really bad defense, it feels like. This defense is just getting worked right now. Now, I don't know if this was Jaden Daniels just being him or the Bengals just having a lousy defense, but allowing Jaden Daniels to score 38 points on you, not ideal. Zach Taylor is, I feel like, his hot seat is going to keep heating up here. If the Bengals keep losing games like this, then it's certainly going to be rough for a team that we all expected would be at least in playoff contention, Super Bowl contention. To start off this bad, it's rough to watch right now for this team. And I didn't think it wasn't the offense that I felt was the problem. The offense I thought was still pretty great. They scored 30, 35 points. They didn't punt at all. They didn't turn the ball over. It's just that the defense couldn't do a damn thing, and that's what cost them there. The Panthers, on the other hand, boy, is Bryce Young crap or what? I don't want to say. I know it shouldn't be the takeaway. The takeaway should be, wow, Andy Dalton. He looked really good. It was great to see Andy Dalton out there and Panthers get their first win. But that was really my thought was the fact that Andy Dalton threw as many touchdowns in the first half against the Raiders as Bryce Young had in the previous 10 games. Oof. Ouch. Pain. And it makes you just think that Bryce Young may have a future in the NFL. But I know it's only one game. But judging from that, he might have a future in the NFL, but it's certainly not with Carolina. Because the fact that Andy Dalton in one half, on one drive, looked 10 times better than you ever did in the year and a half you've been there, it's an issue. And I feel bad. I wanted Bryce Young to do well, but it's just not working right now. He has no confidence, and that game certainly didn't help his confidence. But a good win for Carolina. The other offense was really clicking. And so now I have a decision to make here. Do I take the Bengals, who are reeling, or do I take Carolina, who are, it's only one game, but red hot with Andy Dalton there, and Andy Dalton in a revenge game against his former team? After thinking about it, and as you can see there, it has the line there, Panthers, the blue line over Panthers plus 4.5, because I actually thought long and hard about this. I actually double and triple thought, and right before I recorded, I said, I'm going to take the Panthers because they're a hot team right now, and Cincinnati's defense is really struggling. And if Dalton plays this well again, then I think the possibility Cincinnati wins. Cincinnati, I think, will win by 4 or 3, but I think it's going to be a really close game because of the problem with the Bengals offense, or the problems with the Bengals defense, and with Carolina suddenly having a lot of momentum, and Dalton, even though it's one game, Dalton looking like he knows what he's doing there. They're playing with a little bit of momentum. A big talking point last week was, the Panthers, they're a terrible team, even with Young, like they didn't get a good team around him. And then you watch Dalton against the Raiders, and you're like, actually this team might not be that bad. He may have just been holding them back, Bryce Young. So I think it's going to be a close game. I do think the Bengals win, but I think Carolina loses by 4 or fewer. I say 3. I think it's going to be a really exciting game with both offenses playing this way, which I didn't think I'd say about the Panthers. But I'm going to take the Bengals to win, but the Panthers to cover. Give me Carolina plus 4.5